Now, here in part 2 of our forums discussion, or our forums videos, I'm sorry, they finish up here with what the subscription tracking is. Again, optional subscription allows the person to decide whether or not they want to subscribe. Then there's forced subscription, which is generally used for announcements. I suggest you only use it for announcements because you don't want your folks to be getting emails on a regular basis. So the forced subscription is only used. I only use it for news forums. Auto subscription will automatically subscribe and then give them the option to unsubscribe if they want. And then finally, the subscription disabled is one that doesn't give them the opportunity to subscribe to anything. And just remember, a subscription again is when they click on the subscription, and what happens is when you post an announcement, the person will get an email straight from you that's a copy of that post. So that's what that's for. Now, read tracking is, I usually leave it on, and what that means is that they'll see a little place, and you'll also see a little place when there are new posts in a forum that says that there are some new posts. So that's a pretty neat little feature. I usually leave it enabled. The post threshold for blocking is not really something you need to worry about. Grading, again, there's something that we don't do much with. Same thing with the ratings and those kind of things. So generally you're just going to scroll on down. The common module settings, if you want to make it hidden, you can start it off as hidden, and then whenever you want to make that announcement come up, then you can come in and turn it on that way. Grouping and group mode, that gets really detailed if you want to split your folks out for various reasons. If you split them out into EMTs, intermediates, paramedics, or any other types of groups, then that gets really kind of complicated. So I generally don't do that much, but if that's something you're interested in, feel free to get in touch with me and I'll show you how to work that. And restricting access, access restrictions is basically what's called adaptive release, and what that is they have to meet certain criteria before they are able to see this particular forum. Generally that's they have to complete a grade, they have to complete something with a quiz or a grade, or you have to give them credit for something, or they have to view something. So again, it's probably not something we're going to use here in Davie training, but if it's something you come up with, you got an idea for it, please touch base with me and I'll help you work through that. So that is a real brief overview of how to set up that forum. So we're going to go ahead and finish that up by clicking on Save and Return to Course. Okay, so now let's see what happens. It's the end of the shift, the way that the idea was for this forum. So it's at the end of the shift, they come in, they click on this, and then it pulls up and you have the option to report an issue or post a message. Now that's the way I changed the wording on that. If there's something else you guys would rather change that, it has to be system-wide, so we can't just make the change for one particular course. So if it's something that you want to make a change to this button, it has to be a system-wide change. But then we'll come in and post that, and I'll pause and type that out. So here you can see kind of just an example. I threw sample up here so you would know. So we're riding on EMS2. At the end of the shift, we're going to say at the middle of the shift, the box behind the driver's door started squeaking. We noticed it more when we were making turns to the right. Also, DEF fluid was at 300 miles remaining. Probably should have put a note there as to whether we had fluid there at the base or not. And then all other things going on was normal. This is where the subscription option is. If I want to get an email anytime somebody replies to this, then I will subscribe. Otherwise, I will take the subscription out. And since I am the instructor, then I have the ability to mail out immediately. So if I click this, then as soon as I post it, everybody in the class in the section will get this email. It's not a feature you're going to have as a student, so we'll just click Post to Forum. And this is what it looks like after it's been posted, and I'll give you more on our next video.